Hey you all, welcome to my channel where I go over daily price action of stock market. All right, mic testing 1 2 3. Let's go. Okay, so now I know the quality of my videos is trash, but trust me, this will get better as I get good at it and as I get more love from you folks. So yes, this is my second video, and yes, I'm still learning, and yes, I will grow, and we all will grow together as great traders. All right, so now over to the stock market. What happened today? Today was a massive dump from SPY, from Qs, from IWM. Everything was just going down, and it was a bloodbath as far as like a good down day after a long time. That's what I would like to call out here. And days like this, days like today, this is gold for long-term investors and also gold for traders too. Now, there's a difference between a long-term investor and a trader. We as traders, we would analyze the markets every day. We would go through this price action. We would go through where are the good deals. We'll look at the charts. We'll try to analyze and we'll try to grab the opportunity as it comes. And we have a stop loss. We have a plan. We get out if the trade doesn't work out in our in the way we want, or we stay in and let the profits ride, right? So that's what it is. But there's a difference between the term investor and the term trader. And I am an investor as well as a trader. Why? Because I love making money. So today we had an amazing price action where one could easily see a rejection on cues. Like these charts are much better because these are they are the futures, right? These are the contracts being exchanged and traded. So on the futures, these are pretty clean, much more cleaner and much more clean price action, as you can see. So today was we could quickly see here this bullish engulfing candle on 15 minutes, right? Let's see, 1 hour. 1 hour wasn't that evident, but then that's why you need to analyze these stocks or these charts. This was, by the way, this was a zone that I was always watching. Here, there wasn't a good momentum of buying, and that's why we couldn't just sustain and we just dropped. And this was the most boring. If you haven't checked out my yesterday's video, you can go over the rant that I had because I was totally, for lack of a better term, pissed off with what had happened yesterday when it just went in the straight line, in the last 15 minutes. And that's the way that I had to like the whole plan, went down. So, but yeah, today we had like amazing price action. Today we could see this, happening from a mile. And then even if you, let's say, took a position from here, or let's say this rejection here, right? You could have simply gotten into a short and just ride your way down, right? If you see, it wasn't even fighting to come back. It was a straight line down, right? And the reason was XLF, right? That's your financials, right? So if you look at it, it had a major dump day today. So the banks had a major dump. SIVB bank blew up, and if you look at all the banks, right? If you look at Bank of America, if you look at this is a gap down, and then just went for it, right? It was just like a knife down, right? And then JPM, right? Any bank, right? Wells Fargo. So all of these banks, they had a pretty bad day. This is not a financial advice. This is just an entertainment slash educational channel. I'm just giving out an extract of what I've learned so far in stock market, and I've been kind of doing this last 4 to 5 years, I would say. Before that, I was just doing like passive stuff. All right, so then let's talk about SPY, right? Oh wow, so it is still, look at this. So in the futures, we are down 0.53%, And there is a reason that SPY is much weaker than Nasdaq, because SPY contains banks, right? The financials. Nasdaq does not. Nasdaq has most of the technology companies, and SPY is like amalgamation of 500 companies, right? Which includes finances as well. And finance is bringing this market down. Russell is your 2,000 companies, the small fishes which will grow bigger, right? So even that had a very bad day today. Like today was a great day to trade, like one of the easiest, most comfortable days to trade, because as soon as we drop this, there are multiple ways of looking at this, right? So first thing is, of course, we have the short-term trend line, which I'm sure that every trader has this trend line. And once we start breaking through this, there was no looking back. One thing to learn for everyone is you should be good with news, but better with price action, right? You see, what is happening here is that all that momentum that pushed up all the way here, right, is getting lost, right? The bulls, they tried to push it up one more time, but this was a rejection, a shooting star rejection. I was expecting this move yesterday, but then I was a day late. But well, nonetheless, I had like my options. I was in puts. I was in actually QQQ puts, right? So Nasdaq puts, which wasn't like as strong as SPY. But then I was at least in this trade. I was short the market, and it kind of worked out. And not as juicy as I would like it, but then, well, nonetheless, profits are profits. Now, as traders, we don't know whether that would happen or not. So we have to be active, we have to be prepared with our plan. I believe that this could be a good support here in the short term, but if we just slice it down, okay, then we could be in trouble. One, and let me use green here. Oh, sorry. This would be red, and then this guy. So one, this can happen, right? Where it kind of touches the 200-day moving average again, or it could just come here and retest this line, this trend line, which is pretty famous because everybody is having this on their charts, right? And then we start heading down, we start moving down, right? And then, this could be a good support right here. So we have to look for, price action where there is this, tug of war going on as to where would it go, right? This price action is a good area of consolidation, right? So, and then this was an engulfing, which means that boom, we are going up now. And this was a healthy pullback and where we start going up. So we are at a critical point here. So either we melt down or we can retest and then go lower. But we'll see how the market how it reacts to it, and always 15 minutes charts or 5 minutes, depending on if you're a day trader or how would you like to place your trades, right? So those things can help. So we would get some sort of a hint somehow, depending on the charts that you have drawn, depending on the prices that you've observed, depending on the zones, your EMAs, or there are a lot of things that we'll go through as I, make progress on this channel. But one of the easiest way would be, to find out that the price consolidation and seeing where we are getting rejected. So this one was a good rejection. We just flew in the morning as soon as the market opened, and then I saw this, right? So when we flew up, I was like, okay, all of my shorts are going to be toasted. But then this kind of gave me confidence to hold on to it. I held on, I held on, I held on, and as soon as this broke, I was like, okay, now we are going to be green. So this was the analysis of Qs, the Nasdaq. There is SPY. SPY, as I already told you, had a massive, like it was like a red river, right? It just rolled over and just went for it. And this was all the futures, that this is, I don't, this doesn't have any volume. And speaking of volume, let's go over the chart here at Weibo. Now, if you look at the volume, right, look at this, like look at these spikes, right? Look at this on 1 hour, look at these spikes, a slow meandering, and then finally, as soon as we cross this, right, we just blew through it, and then we start going down. This was for Qs. Spies is much more much more clear. This engulfing was what sold me this position. I was totally into it. I was totally short, and then it just rode all the way down, right? There were times that I was selling puts against my puts that I'd bought to kind of convert that into spread because lately I've seen these spikes happen, right? These spikes, they kind of disturb me. These green spikes out of nowhere, right? They are irritating. So I kind of, started taking profits that way. That's how I take profits, right? So you sold puts against the puts that you buy. That way you're making money at the same time you are reducing your risk. So yeah, this was my little analysis about QQQ, about SPY, and the reason why it sold off, the reason why it had a stronger move. Oh, and one more thing. Look at this. This is a this is a piece of art. This is amazing. Look at this. This is WIX, by the way, which is the volatility index. And this kind of tells you, what's the panic out there? Like how are we buying puts? This indicator, this will indicate everything. And if you look at daily, this is a beautiful, strong green candle. This kind of tells me that, we should take this seriously. This definitely is a candle to be taken seriously. So, because if you, I mean, you can just go back into history and see, whenever there's this onset of these big green candles and wicks, there's certainly something that may go in the market, some big movements, all right? And that is when all the traders should be really excited, right? That there has to be, because as traders we have to look for bigger moves, and like there has to be bigger prominent moves for us to take advantage of, right? So so yeah, that's one. I believe, as far as finally, like for Nasdaq, I would say this is the 200 MA. I am expecting some sort of a bounce here before, if we were to go down, I won't say we would just slice through everything and just go down and hit this green line here. It would take time, and because we're talking about billions of the trillions of dollars, right? Um, so I'm looking out for this line right here. This could be like a good support line, like an area of attention to look for. And this could be right here is where I'm looking to see some sort of a dead cat bounce. A dead cat bounce, which can help you get into your shorts, that kind of deal. So yeah. And oh, by the way, some would say that this could look like a the head and shoulders. So if you look at this, right, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder, and we just broke through this line, right? Once you break this neckline, it goes down, it comes down, and it reaches at least the last support, which looks like here somewhere, 3700, 3780-ish, right? So that's a popular belief. So the Fed says that we are cutting the rates, and then boom, just it starts going. Or Fed just says I'm cutting the rates, and it starts going down because some people think that something big has broken in the system. So we need to just exit our positions and come back, when the price action makes sense. But anyway, so there are a lot of things, a lot of factors. That's why, that's what makes this interesting. So yeah, my parting thoughts are that I'm just looking, I'm watching to see what market does next, especially Qs. Let's check out Tesla real fast. All right, so we are at this Fibonacci level, Fibonacci retracement of 0.38. So let's see. I'm not expecting this to just turn around and start going up in a straight line, just like we did here. I'm not expecting that at all. This looks like a struggle before it can, start heading up again. But then, for all the Tesla fans, this could be a great opportunity to add up to your positions. Not yet, not right now, but and again, this is not a financial advice, but we could see some lower prices for Tesla for sure. One more thing is Nvidia. I so wanted to, I want to, I'd love to And this, kind of looks like, look at this. This is this is pure gold. Look at this. This is bearish engulfing candle at its best, right? You see, this is clean. Look at this. It just engulfed it completely, and look at the price action. Like it just sold off till the last moment. And if you're looking for shorting Nvidia, this could be, your entry point. I mean, I know it could just turn around, but I don't think depends on the market, right? It depends on a lot of things. What is the overall market doing? And lately semiconductors are on a tear, right? Look at this, and this has been lethal. This is deadly. Look at this, well, like one straight line. So it's obviously overbought, right? From the charts we can see that. I'm just waiting to see if it can, have some momentum, to give me more confidence to start shorting this stock. I love Nvidia for the long run, and I'm going to, add it to my portfolio, but not at this price for sure. Yeah, for sure. So. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and write comments to this. Let me know how I can, better my channel or what you would like to see. And I promise to provide the best and the latest content from stock market, as this is my passion. All right, then. See you all later, and peace.